All right. Let's start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rachah Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is An Egyptian in the Lineage of Judah. And this is a lesson, which we've done this before. We've gone over this subject before. But you know the famous vocab No Class Malone, at it again with his flunkies, his cronies, pretty much saying that there was a particular incident, an individual, an Egyptian that was inserted into the lineage of Judah, so that means that the nations can be a part of the nation of Israel. All they have to do is be accepted or accept the truth or whatever the case is. And that is the furthest thing from a lie, period. And what I will say, which we're going to read the account of this individual that vocab was talking about. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and look into that scripture that he brought out, which he read, and that vocab was talking about. And he has no idea as to what the hell he's talking about. And we're going to show you that scripture that Lord's will in this lesson. So let's get started. This is the book of First Chronicles. First Chronicles, the second chapter, and the 34th verse. And if you miss any of the beginning of the live, you could just always go back and watch it after it's done uploading, if they don't take it down. But like I said, this is based off of vocab and his cronies' lies and misunderstanding of scripture. Now I will say this. What they said as far as the Egyptian man being put into the lineage of Judah, they were correct on that. But I'm going to say this. The individual, this guy here, Shishan, he went off when he did that. And we're going to show you that in this lesson. This is First Chronicles 2:34. It says, Now Shishan had no sons. Now Shishan was an Israelite of the tribe of Judah. And he didn't have any sons to give it his inheritance to, but daughters. So he only had daughters. So he had no sons, no heirs. And Shishan had a servant, an Egyptian, whose name was Jarha. And Shishan gave his daughter to Jarha, his servant, to wife, and she bare him Attai. So Attai is what? A Hamite that has a Israelite mother. So this is not an Israelite. And Attai begat Nathan, and Nathan begat Sabad, and Sabad begat Ephlal, and Ephlal begat Obed, and Obed begat Jehu, and Jehu begat Azariah, and Azariah begat Helez, and Helez begat Eleazar, and Eleazar begat Simsamai, and Simsamai begat Shalom, and Shalom begat Jechemiah, and Jechemiah begat Elishama. So all of these individuals here from Attai down, and also Jarha, these are all Hamites. These are all Mizraimites. Today they call them Egyptians. So none of these are part of the nation of Israel. So this man Shishan should have not given his daughters to his Egyptian servant Jarha. And we're going to read that, because if he only had daughters and didn't have any sons, that inheritance is supposed to pass from tribe to tribe. And even if a man of any tribe only has daughters that has no sons, his daughters can marry who they want, but they have to marry within the tribe of their father. Otherwise, the inheritance would pass from one tribe to another. So if the inheritances of the sons of Israel by tribe could not pass from one tribe to the other, how in the hell is it going to pass from the nation of Israel to a heathen nation? So here we go, Numbers 36 and 1. This is the misgross understanding that vocab and them guys have. And this is, and the scriptures are very simple, but they like to complicate things. That's why when they're talking, it's like it gives you a headache because you don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're all over the place. They circumlocution in their speaking, so it's just all bugged out. So anyways, it says Numbers 36 and 1. It says, and the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh. So these are Manassites, okay? So these are the chief fathers of the families of the sons of Joseph, came near and spake before Moses and before the princes, the chief fathers of the children of Israel. So they had a complaint, and they brought it before Moses and the leaders at that time. And they said, the Lord commanded my Lord to give the land for an inheritance by lot to the children of Israel. Because each tribe of Israel has allotted lands that were given to each one of the tribes. Right? It says, and my Lord was commanded by the Lord to give the inheritance of Zelophehad, our brother, which was a Manassite, unto his daughters. Why? Because he didn't have any sons. So what he did was Zelophehad did was he gave his inheritance unto his daughters because he had no sons. Same as Sheshan had no sons but daughters, but he gave his daughters to an Egyptian, a heathen. It says, and if they be married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, not another a heathen, but if these daughters be married to another Israelite of another tribe, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers. So that inheritance, let's say that these daughters, these Manassite daughters, married a Zebulunite man, then the inheritance of Manasseh, those plots of lands that were given to Manasseh, would be put into the inheritance of the Zebulunites, therefore making the land of Manasseh less. Right? It says, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received, so shall they be taken from the lot of our inheritance. You see? So this was their complaint. So what was the solution? It says, and when the jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers. So we're going to lose land. We're going to lose part of this inheritance. And Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of the Lord, saying, the tribe of the sons of Joseph hath said well. So they spoke well, because they spoke with sense. It says, this is the thing which the Lord doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, these women of the tribe of Manasseh, that were given an inheritance of that land, saying, let them marry to whom they think best, only to the family of the tribe of their father shall they marry. So this was written way before Sheshan, gave his daughters to an Egyptian. So what he should have done was he should have followed the law that Moses commanded and given his daughters to anyone that they wanted to marry within the tribe of Judah. So this man obviously went off. So this is why vocab is saying that the other nations, if they're accepted or they accept this and they're accepted, can come into the lineage of Israel. No. This is in clear violation of the law that was set down by Yahweh through the hands of Moses. Let's read that again. This is the thing which the Lord doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad. So you might say, well, that was just talking about the tribe of Manasseh. That was the order for the tribe of Manasseh. This is the tribe of Judah. This isn't the tribe of Manasseh. That's what the thing with, that you're reading is a thing that was given to the daughters of the tribe of Manasseh. Only to the family of the tribe of their father. Let's read that again. This is the thing. There's a lot of simplicity that goes on, man. Which is true. This is the thing which the Lord doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, let them marry to whom they think best. Only to the family of the tribe of their fathers shall they marry. So why didn't Sheshan follow along with that law, seeing that he had no sons but daughters. Why did he give his daughters to the Egyptian? Because now that plot of land would become the Egyptians, and it would be taken away from Israel. It wasn't supposed to pass from tribe to tribe, so how in the hell is it going to pass to a heathen? It says, so shall not the inheritance of what? Of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe. So this applies to all of the tribes. You know, not just the tribe of Manasseh. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe, for every one of the children of Israel shall keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers. So if it applies within the nation of Israel, how in the hell is it going to be given to the heathen? It says, and every daughter that possesseth an inheritance in the tribe of the children of Israel, which obviously these daughters would have been given the land of their father, because he gave them, you know, eventually he was going to pass. He had no sons, so who's going to get the plot of land that he owned? His daughters. And every daughter that possesseth an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife unto one of the family of the tribe of her father. Shall be wife unto one of the family of the tribe of her father. So this man obviously did not follow the law. He should have told his daughters, instructed them, a mind well instructed, to marry who they wanted to marry, but only in the tribe of their father, only of the tribe of Judah. So this is a violation of the law. It says that the children of Israel may enjoy every man the inheritance of his fathers. Neither shall the inheritance be moved from one tribe to another tribe. So how, if it's not going to be moved from one tribe to another tribe, how in the hell is it going to be given to an Egyptian? A heathen, another nation. But every one of the tribes of the children of Israel shall keep himself to his own inheritance. Even as the Lord commanded Moses, so did the daughters of Zelophehad, which Sheshan should have instructed his daughters to do the same, because he had an example and a law in the scriptures. This is an example and also a law. It says, for Malah, Tisra, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Noah, and the daughters of Zelophehad were married unto their fathers' brothers' sons, see, of that tribe of Manasseh. So these daughters should have married into the tribe of their father, Judah, not no Egyptian. And their father went off because he's the one that gave his daughters to this Egyptian individual. It says, and they were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribe of the family of their father. See? It says, these are the commandments and judgments which the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses unto the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. So that kills that whole, you know, that there was an Egyptian in the lineage of Judah. And he was reading it, you know, on the streets like he was really saying something. You wasn't saying nothing, my man. Hyrcanus forcibly converted the Edomites. What does that mean? To becoming Jews. They were calling themselves Jews. They were following the law. But that doesn't make them Israelites. They're still heathen. And Jake was going off back then doing that, incorporating these nations into the nation of Israel. Now in the kingdom of heaven, the nations will be forced to follow our laws, but they're not going to be calling themselves Israelites. They're not going to be in the lineage of the nation of Israel. They have their own nation. The Most High divided to the nations their inheritance. The Most High divided to the nations their lots. The Most High divided to the nations their nationality. And that's what they are. Now let's go to Ezra 2:59. And these were they which went up from Telmilah, Telharsa, Cherub, Adan, and Emer. But they could not show their father's house and their seed, whether they were of Israel. The children of Deliah, the children of Tobiah, the children of Nekoda, 652. So this is an example of those that could not show that they were of the seed of Israel. And of the children of the priests, the children of Habiah, the children of Kos, the children of Barzillai, Barzillai, which took a wife of the daughters of Barzillai, the Gileadite, and was called after their name. So these are different examples of those that could not that took on the name of a particular individual, but they could not tell where the seed was from, if they were a heathen or if they were Israelites. These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but they were not found. Therefore they put as polluted from the priesthood. So these individuals that could not tell where the descent came from, they had to be set apart, because you didn't know if they were Israelites. They didn't know if they were of a different tribe, because among the priests, for example, among the Levitical priesthood, a stranger could not be a priest. And a stranger was not talking about just a stranger from another nation. A stranger was talking about any other tribe that was strange to the tribe of Levi. And that's in the law. So a Judite could not be a priest. A Benjamite could not be a priest back then. It was only that you had to be a Levite. And in order to be a priest, a high priest, you had to be of the lineage of Aaron. So there were specifics. So it says, these sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but they were not found. Therefore were they as polluted, put from the priesthood. So even these individuals up here, they couldn't tell where their seed was from. So they were set apart. And it says, and the Tershatha, which is Nehemiah, said unto them that they should not eat of the most holy things till there stood up a priest with Urim and Thummim, because the priest that stood up with Urim and Thummim could distinguish, what if these individuals were Israelites or not, if these individuals up here were Israelites or not, or if these individuals down here were actually of the Levitical line, or if they were of another tribe, or if they were heathens that just took on that name. The other nations have nothing to do with this, man. Ezra 4:1. Now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord power of Israel. Now these were heathens that were put into the land of Samaria and those surrounding areas after the northern kingdom was kicked out and went into captivity into Assyria. So these are descendants of those transplants in the land of Samaria and those surrounding areas. So when they saw that Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and all the tribes were building when the southern kingdom at that time were building the temple, rebuilding it after the destruction of the temple, right? They came and they said, look, we want to build with y'all, man, because we are part of this also, just like y'all are part of this. It says, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God or your power as you do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur, which brought us up hither. Yeah, because you had the transplants and their descendants that were in that land. So this is what they were explaining to them, that whole history of what took place. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel, these are the leaders, said unto them, unto these transplants, you have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our power. You ain't got nothing to do with us to build unto our power, because they were a bunch of heathens. But we ourselves will build unto the Lord power of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, hath commanded us. So what happened? When they heard that, they got mad because they couldn't be accepted like the hoes that they are, just like these plantation Christians, these Edomites and these other heathens of plantation Christianity. They were butthurt. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building, and like they're troubling us in building now. You see? Because now we're spiritually building, and these heathens are coming trying to be a part of this, and you never were a part of this. So we have the same attitude as Zerubbabel, Joshua, and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel, concerning this matter. So vocab, you need to step off, which we know you're not going to do it, because you, like Apostle Tar said, you're a special kind of demon. And plus, when you're getting paid and you're getting all your expenses paid for, and you can jet set wherever you want, you're living good, and you have nothing else to do, of course it's easy to just follow, persecute people. That's what the word persecute means, to follow around, pretty much for the sake of harassing. And that's what he does, harasses people. Because like Elder Apostle Tar said also, the scriptures direct us, if we go somewhere and we're telling somebody something and they don't accept us, we're supposed to wipe the dust from our feet. But this guy's not wiping the dust from his feet. He's just steady coming around harassing. Just bear with me 1 second. I just want to check something. House unto our power. Just bear with me right quick. Okay. All right. And so now let's go from there to Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, because this message is only for the Israelites. And in process of time, those Israelites that were scattered among the nations, that lost their way, would eventually be brought back through the ministry of Peter, and second of all, through the ministry of the Apostle Paul, who had the greater portion of teaching the Gentiles, which are Israelite foreigners. And last but not least, St. John 4:1, when therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard, matter of fact, let me just jump to 5. Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of the ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Yahushua therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. Then cometh the woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahushua saith unto her, Give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. And we just read that, going all the way back to Ezra, the 4th chapter. Now you could read the rest of this. We're going to jump down to the 19th verse. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet, because the Lord told her to go get her husband. Because obviously her husband was an Israelite, because you had a term called apostate Jews that were run out of Israel, that ran to Samaria for refuge, because they were fleeing because they broke the law and they were about to be punished and they didn't want to be punished, or because they were falsely accused and they had to run there for refuge. It says, Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, because she's going back in the history of 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, where Shalmaneser, and the Assyrian kings and men back then put transplants of these different nations in Samaria. So this is what she's going back to. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and you say that in Jerusalem is a place where men ought to worship. And this is Yahushua's response. Yahushua saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when you shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. So he's telling her, you ain't going to be worshiping here. Why? Because she's a heathen. You worship you know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. So this salvation is only for the Israelites. You worship you know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. That's right. So bottom line, only the Israelites are going to be partakers of this message. The Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And the spirit is what? This word. And the truth is what? This word. All right. So pretty much, the name of this one is An Egyptian in the Lineage of Judah, with 3 question marks at the end. And, if this doesn't clear up for you that this man, Shishan, went off by giving his daughters to the Egyptian servant Jarha, based off of the law, statute, and judgment that was written by the hand of Moses concerning the daughters of Zelophehad of the tribe of Manasseh, that they could not marry any man of any other tribe. The only ones that they could marry were the sons of the tribe of their father, Manasseh, so that the inheritance of the land of their father and the tribe of Manasseh would not go from tribe to tribe. So with that, I pray that your brothers have been edified. And to the next time I say, Shalom. The Assyrian kings and men back then put transplants of these different nations in Samaria. So this is what she's going back to. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and you say that in Jerusalem is a place where men ought to worship. And this is Yahushua's response. Yahushua saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when you shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father.